I'm Aina Hiltaut, mother and manager for the internationally acclaimed artist known as the Commander-in-Chief. For more than a decade, I have been doing more than 11 different jobs for her, everything from branding to PR, marketing, social media, shooting all the music videos, even producing 4 of the albums. And together, we have done what most people in the music industry would say is impossible, without any contacts, without any budget, without any record label. We have made the impossible come true time and time again.
Hi there, I'm the Commander-in-Chief. I'm a 7-string guitar virtuoso, bel canto-trained coloratura soprano, award-nominated multi-genre songwriter and pianist. We started working together in the heavy metal genre, where I got global recognition, and then everything exploded once I crossed over into classical music. So we have released music in 3 different genres, and it has actually charted in all those 3 different genres. We have charted in 26 different countries, and one of the albums went to #1 on Amazon in the United States.
She's not only talented and extremely hardworking, she is in a league of her own, and I'm not the only one saying that. Leading heavy metal magazine Metal Hammer UK featured her as one of 10 modern guitar gods when she was in her early 20s, after just a few years of playing guitar. She has been featured as the Queen of Shred. She was also a vocal coach and an expert judge on a big TV show for 2 seasons with almost 1 million viewers, where you were judging and coaching platinum-selling singers. She has been award-nominated as a songwriter twice by Hollywood Music in Media Awards. She was the first guitarist ever in the world to record 2 of the most challenging music pieces ever written for violin virtuosos. She had viral music videos that were shown on TV in many different countries, and one of them was even featured in a documentary about the composer Sarasate. And when we worked with the legendary American record producer Sterling Winfield, who became very famous for his work with Pantera and King Diamond, and I think he also worked with B.B. King, he made a statement where he said that he had never seen or heard anything like what she had to offer. A few years later, we worked with a British, very famous record producer and classical pianist, John Haywood. He works with David Garrett, and he also did the sound and music for the Tokyo Olympics. He said that she was changing the rulebook when it comes to guitar, and that she was propelling this instrument into a whole new sound world. She has been a guest with her music being played on big TV shows, on radios such as BBC in the UK, and you even performed at very big festivals. And the very well-known journalist and expert when it comes to music, Tom Service, who works for both BBC and The Guardian, he compared some of your songwriting to Mozart. And you have been a guest on his radio program a couple of times, and even on a festival together with him. In 2016, I was approached by Decca Universal Records in London. They were very interested in turning Berit into the next big instrumentalist superstar for her guitar playing. Of course, I disagreed with them because I think her songwriting and voice also deserves a lot of recognition, but they wanted to focus on your guitar playing. This was when you worked with John Haywood, the famous record producer in London, and you rewrote 2 of the most famous pieces of classical music ever. And we were almost ready to go when she suddenly got very ill. She got a parasite, and for 18 months she was bedridden. You basically slept for 20 hours. And when you were awake, you had absolutely horrible pain. When she tried to play guitar again, the parasite really attacked the left shoulder, and all of a sudden you got a shoulder injury. And we saw an orthopedic surgeon who said that that's quite normal, that a parasite will find one of the spots where you are most active. So all of a sudden she couldn't even lift her arm without excruciating pain. So the road back wasn't only the recovery from the parasite, it was also regaining the function of your left arm and hand.
Yeah.
It was a very long way back. It took 4 years with a lot of setbacks, but she was so stubborn and she refused to give up. And there was a lot of tears when she could finally play Paganini on guitar. The first thing she wanted to do when she started to have just a tiny bit of energy again, so she could do maybe 20 minutes every 2 or 3 days, was to record her own acoustic music. It had been laying there waiting, and she was really eager to do it. Since she couldn't go anywhere, we had to set up a recording studio at home, and we had the professional software to do it, and we had to rig it up in your bedroom so you wouldn't have to walk very far. And you could do maybe 15-20 minutes at a time, then you had to sleep for several days. So I produced the album, you engineered it when you had the energy to do it, and it actually got 10 out of 10 from all the reviewers, and nobody knew the backstory. So we have proven that we can do the impossible time and time again. But of course, during the time when you were so terribly ill and we had this very long recovery, I had to do something else as well, as the one responsible for a big family. So I reinvented myself again as one of the very few opera singers in the world trained in the old school bel canto technique, because I was actually trained by a singing teacher in Verona, Italy, who had the same singing teacher as the most iconic soprano ever, Maria Callas. I stopped performing way too soon because one of your siblings had serious health problems and my marriage fell apart. So I stopped performing. I never stopped singing, but I had to use those skills to do something while I was waiting for you to recover. So I created the bel canto coach. I became an influencer. I had viral reels. And eventually BBC contacted me to have my opinions when it comes to Italian opera. And what we both ended up doing was that we started to create online courses to coach other people. And all of a sudden we had no more time to do what we really wanted to do. But the time has come for us to get back to what really matters, what we built together, and also to make sure that it's very unique, one in a generation talent can actually do what she's meant to do. You have written enough songs to record maybe more than 10 albums.
Yeah,
everything from piano albums to opera to more guitar music and your acoustic music. And we now want to really focus on you getting all of this music recorded and also promoted, because all the things that I could do on my own with no budget, because you could do it organically, you can't do that anymore. So even if we record everything, we can't even promote it because it will cost a lot when it comes to marketing. And what we need to do now is to make sure that you have the space and freedom to record all the music you have written, because it is absolutely mind-blowingly good. But also the fact that we work together, because you write the music and then she comes to me with the ideas, whether it's the music or lyrics, and I would either say I like it or I will challenge you very often. And then you will sit and tweak and rewrite. And one time you got so angry with me that you actually rewrote the song about me, the manager. It became a very popular song and very popular video. But we work as a team. And as you are developing your music and I'm giving my little contributions to that, we also work on how we're going to create a music video for it. And you sometimes also create artwork for it, because you see all your songs as artworks. So this process is something that actually takes both of our time and energy. And we really want to get back to doing that, because when it comes down to it, Berit is so unique that there is no one else in the world who can create their own music genres, make it really, really catchy, and be so effortless when it comes to both guitar playing, electric guitar, acoustic guitar, lead guitar, rhythm guitar, playing piano, singing any kind of music without any autotune, and always deliver at the highest level. In fact, people used to think that you couldn't do what you were doing, and the latest now is that people think she's AI, because that's how good she is. We are looking for a few aligned visionary patrons, people who are not just interested in a project, but to help a generational talent and a body of work that will outlive all of us. This is not about crowdfunding. This is not about perks or merch. This is about partnering with one of the most uniquely talented and fully developed artists of her generation, so she can record her next 10 albums in full freedom without compromising, without delay. I have taken her as far as I can on my own, but I cannot be her sponsor. It's time for the right partners to step into this picture. And if you think that this sounds interesting, we would love to talk.
Thanks a lot for watching this video. You can contact us here on this page.
It's really hard to know when it's a good time to say hello. 'Cause up and down you go, like a roller coaster out of control. Why so hostile? Why so hostile? yourself into a rage on your